What's up? What's up, family? Let's just take it down a notch. This will probably be the last time I talk about this Houston situation. But check it out. The rodeo wasn't a black rodeo, for those of you who don't know. It was supposed to be a family event, family rodeo. It just turned out to be a black rodeo. But understand this. It wasn't just sisters down there with the ass cheek showing and all that kind of stuff. Scandalously dressed, if you want to call it that. It was everybody. The sisters just got the most publicity for it, if you want to look at it that way. See, anytime you are this, you will get double, triple, quadruple attention when it ain't nothing but a simple affair. You will always get more attention than the rest. We have always gotten more attention ever since black people been in this country. When you look at the killings, white folks kill each other all the time, and everybody else. But who gets the most attention? We do. So with this rodeo situation, understand it wasn't just black people down there scandalously dressed. Sisters had their ass cheeks out. They weren't the only ones with their ass cheeks out. And whatever, I keep getting conflicting numbers. 32,000 new STDs in a week. How true that is, I don't know, because I'm also hearing I heard a lady who lives down there, and she said 49,000, and she worked in a clinic. Now that's a lot. 32, 49,000. Now look at it this way, and understand this: Houston has had problems down there anyway, regardless, when it comes to the STDs. So this is not new. But the sad thing about it is that it keeps happening. A lot of people who came down there, everybody who was at that rodeo, they weren't from Texas. Chances are they probably even weren't from Houston. But people think family, you having something that's going to be that big in that city, and people think, oh, it's a family affair. Yeah, it's a family affair. Maybe back in the day it was a family affair, and I'm pretty sure it still is now. But you got young men growing up, because there's one lady that was she was talking about it on the Corey Holcomb show. And she says, yeah, I got a 10-year-old son, yada, yada, yada. But understand this, these generations that are coming up today are seeing all this. They see all this shit on their phone. That's what they see it on. They see it on their phone. Let me show you something. This was one of my Blackberries back in the day. I done had a cell phone. Understand this. I done had a cell phone since 1988. A cell phone. It was big, but it was a cell phone. Me, doctors, lawyers, and other kind of businessmen had these. Well, we didn't have Blackberries, but this is one that I wish I could use, because I love this Blackberry right here. I love the Blackberry, period. And the Blackberry Flip, oh man, I really love the Blackberry Flip. But this is one of my last. I can fire it up, but it ain't gonna go nowhere because I ain't got no system for it. But I love that Blackberry. But yeah, I done had a cell phone since 1988. Big ass bag I used to carry. It looked like one of those army bag phones. That's what it looked like back in 1988. When you actually had to pay for fucking minutes. You didn't get that free shit like you did now. You had to pay for it. Anyway, everybody was down there. And it's not a black rodeo. It just turned into a black rodeo because what? Social media, the news, and all that stuff. So it becomes a black rodeo, but it's not. It was a family event for everybody to come. It just happened to be in Houston, which is somewhat of a black city. These STDs, They had that issue before. See, it's something that's going on down there in the South. I don't know. I don't know what the job situation is. I know it's not that good, probably more than likely, because I'm not just talking about Houston. I'm talking about what? Memphis has got some issues down there. We know Atlanta got issues down there. A lot of these cities in these southern states that have the majority that look like this are having a whole outbreak. Now, you may think it's people just sleeping around, because that's what it is. But what's going on with the mindset of the people that just constantly just giving it up? All little, well, they're not little, our sisters are just throwing it away. How can you throw something away like that, your goodies, just basically give them away because it's spring break, but it's happening still at a level when it ain't spring break. Now spring break just gets a big old, it's going to get a big old flux of people coming to want to listen to this type of stuff. And that's fine, because it's a learning lesson. Keep your panties up. If you're a young lady, keep your panties up. You know, you don't want to show your, if you don't want to be called a whore, don't wear your ass cheeks out. Plain and simple. Because if a man sees, he's going to call you a whore. Your jean shorts is all up your crack, he's going to call you a whore. That's what he's going to call you. And if you're going to get an attitude because of that, don't get an attitude because of him. Get attitude yourself, because you're the one who wore that shit. I know there's supposed to be a certain type of respect, but when you come out in public, especially when you come out in public knowing, maybe a lot of these youngins, out-of-towners didn't know that was a family, it was just a rodeo. Someplace to go, big event in the city during spring break. Maybe they understood this, maybe didn't. But to come out there and be dressed like that in front of kids, you know, kids are going to be there. And like the lady was saying, her son just kept on looking. He's 10 years old. He kept on looking. Of course he's going to be looking. He's looking at ass. He got a cell phone, so I'm pretty sure he's looking at that damn cell phone and he see ass. You put family tracker on there all you want. Parent, parental, and all that. You do all that you want. They still find ways to get through that, because their friends don't have, I mean, this is what you do. You go home, put that shit back. But it's a shame, because we keep going out and we keep performing in ways. When you got people that's getting bust down in cars and people are filming and you just look at them, throw your head up and keep on going, you don't care. We have that type of generation that don't care. I'm not going to say it's society, but part of it is society. But the people, these younger generations, they don't care, because they see the bickering. They see the government do what it do. They see these accusations towards the president. They see celebrities in this type of situation. They see and they want to emulate these people. And that's why you get what you get. But nobody don't care. Because see, the majority of the people who get affected by it the most, that's right, we get affected by it the most because we get the most publicity. When it comes to anything negative, we're going to get it. They're not looking at nobody else. They don't give a shit of what other people do. They care to a certain degree. But they really care when it's you. So every time you do it, all eyes on me. Hate to quote Tupac, but all eyes on you. All eyes. Good or bad. You remember that shit. Ladies, if you don't want to listen to your parents, listen to a father. Please dress better than what you dress. Because if you don't want to be called a thought, 304, bust down, hoe, whore, prostitute, don't dress like one. Because other than that, you're going to be called one. Period. Because you want to look like one, you're going to be called out to be one, whether you want or not. But the way you women come at people with this, they got to pay for this, they got to pay for that. You call yourself that. You putting a label on yourself that because you acting like that. So therefore, you want to be a lady, fucking act like one. Other than that, be what you're going to be. And you're going to get called whatever.